Hi, let's start today's session by reading the following quotes by some of the greatest minds that have walked on this earth. So, self education, if not the only form, is the most important form of education. So, instead of talking about why self education is important, today let's discuss on why this is the golden age of self education. So, there are mainly two reasons why I say this. The first reason is internet and technology. Since the dawn of humanity, we are the most advanced race the earth has ever seen. We have built technologies that have made people connected throughout the world with just a click of a button. Information is available to us like never before at lightning fast speed, and this information is changing people's lives. Never before on the history of this earth has such high quality education been offered to people at such ease and at such cost. Think about it right now. You're sitting on your couch and learning about these things and many other important things which is changing your lives and the lives of people around you. Not only this, the world's best colleges like Harvard and Stanford are offering free online courses. Not only Harvard's and Stanford's, but the Indian Institute of Technology and IIMs are also offering free online courses. So if you're just interested in learning from these premium colleges, it's at your disposal. Just go online, search for these courses, enroll for free. And if you also want some certificate, you have to pay a nominal amount for getting these certificates which are valid throughout the world. Now when we are talking about certificates, Google and Facebook has built a full course on digital marketing and digital analysis, which is one of the most important requirement of the 21st century. You can go, enroll, learn and get certified, which will be useful to get you any job, any high paying income job in any country of the world. Now we discussed about the first reason why this is the golden age of self-education. Let's now discuss the second reason why this is the golden age of self-education. It's because the advancement in technology are telling us something entirely new. Something that has been lied to our parents and to our ancestors about their own brains. Science used to think that our brains really did not and could not develop after a certain age. And now, with the latest gadgets, they are finding out the truth, which is the opposite of what we have been believing. Now they have found out that our brains keeps on making new connections and leave old connections throughout the age of a human being, which means our brains are capable of making new connections throughout our entire lifetime. And not only this, it is much better, healthier and good for the brain to make these new connections, because it keeps the brain young and it reduces the adverse effects of anti-aging. Let's watch this TEDx video, which you should watch fully after this talk to understand more about what science has found out now about our brains and about our neurological connections.
What we know about the brain is changing at a breathtaking pace. And much of what we thought we knew and understood about the brain turns out to be not true or incomplete. Now, some of these misconceptions are more obvious than others. For example, we used to think that after childhood, the brain really could not change. And it turns out that nothing could be farther from the truth. Advances in technology, such as MRI, has allowed us to make these and many other important discoveries. And perhaps the most exciting, the most interesting and transformative of these discoveries is that every time you learn a new fact or skill, you change your brain.
Now that we know that we are in the golden age of education and self-education is one of the most easiest things that is accessible to us, what do we do with this information? So, the next time when you find yourself mindlessly scrolling on social media, just stop and then be mindful about your time being spent your gadget. Try searching for interesting things to learn, such as dance tutorials. If you are interested in painting or sketching, you have a lot of videos on that too. Why don't we learn art of public speaking? Because this is the golden age of technology, and technology has made it very easy for our voices to be heard across the world. What about learning video making or learning magic tricks? What about finding out interesting things to know, such as deja vu? There are so many questions that we had as a child, and this is the first time that we don't have to ask our parents or our teachers to get answers. Now, there are many ways in which self education can be seen, but I follow this 3-step formula which helps me engaged in my self education journey. The first one is to read. There's a quote I somewhere read about reading which said that one good book is equal to 1,000 good friends. Reading has done me so good that I cannot tell you in one video. It is one of the best things that has ever happened to me on my self-education journey. So read a lot. Read a lot of books. Even if you read one chapter, one paragraph, or one phrase from a good book, it has the capacity to change your life. The second part of my 3-step learning process is to write. Write about things that comes to your mind. Write about ideas, write about your experiences. And there's a practice called morning pages that is recommended to write down every morning after you wake up. Now you may ask what you have to write in the morning pages. Well, there's no such thing as what you have to write. You can write anything and everything, whatever comes to your mind, and slowly and steadily you'll start to see that your thoughts have been put to paper. You are able to think more clearly, and a lot of release has happened through this writing journey. It's very, very therapeutic and has a lot of other benefits. Writing also helps you remember things better, and there's something really mysterious happens within our bodies when we write something. There's a term called as psychoneuromotor activity, which happens when you write. Because when you're writing, your psychology, your motor skills, and your neurology, everything is combined and being put to one work, which is writing those words. And as we all know, that words have power. I cannot also emphasize the importance of writing down your goals every day. It helps us achieve them much faster and with much more confidence. And with good practice, who knows, you might soon become an author. Now, the third part of the self-education process is my favorite and the most important part. It is that part which our schools forgot to teach us. It did teach us the first 2 steps, which is to read and to write, but it forgot to teach us, or did not consider enough important to teach us how to apply what we have learned. So the third part in the process deals with just doing it. Just apply what you have learned so that you can experience the real changes that comes with learning. Because it is only then a child will be interested and motivated to learn when they see that whatever they have learned has changed their lives and make their lives better. So this century is about not the thinkers but the doers. The previous world, before the advent of internet and technology, it was about the people who had a lot of knowledge. People who were in power were the people who had a lot of knowledge about a lot of things. Now this holds true today as well, but today we have to go one step ahead and we have to take action. Because today, the 21st century is the world of thinkers and doers. Watch this short clip about the same thing that Steve Jobs is talking about some 30-40 years ago.
And my point of view on this, or my observation is that The doers are the major thinkers. The people that really create the things that change this industry are both the thinker-doer in one person. And if we really go back and we examine, did Leonardo have a guy off to the side that was thinking 5 years out in the future what he would paint or the technology he would use to paint it? Of course not. Leonardo was the artist, but he also mixed all his own paints. He also was a fairly good chemist, knew about pigments, knew about human anatomy, and combining all of those skills together, the art and the science, the thinking and the doing, was what resulted in the exceptional result. And there is no difference in our industry. The people that have really made the contributions have been the thinkers and the doers. And a lot of people, of course, it's very easy to take credit for the thinking. The doing is more concrete, but it's very easy for somebody to say, oh, I thought of this 3 years ago. But usually when you dig a little deeper, you find that the people that really did it were also the people that really worked through the hard intellectual problems as well.
So to sum up this part of my presentation, I would like to say that apply whatever you have learned in your life and learn whatever you want to apply in your life. So this brings me to the last and final part of my presentation, which I would like to say through this following quote. Our children learn more from what we do and less from what we say. So if you want your child to be a better learner, if you want your child to be motivated to learn and change their lives through their education, you have to start doing that. Start learning. Start on the journey of self-education, because it's going to change your life and the lives of people around you, especially if you are a parent or if you have a child at home. Because this truly is the golden age of education and the golden age of self-education. I would like to end this with a message for all the students who are watching this. Schools are not going to help you have a better life. You have to start your learning journey on your own. I wish that I was taught about this in the school so that I would have learned about all the things that I was interested in as a child. But at that time, neither did we have so much of resources in the world, nor did we have so much of freedom. So use this time in learning, because your time as a student is the best time to learn and change your lives. Thank you so much. See you in the next video.